Welcome, welcome, welcome to Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise. How are my wonderful Scorpios doing today? Scorpios, how are you doing? What's going on in your life? What's your emotion level like? Let's tap into our resources and see what's really going on with the Scorpio. Now, you already know the routine. We got to practice our breathing, correct? Inhale, exhale twice. Inhale. Exhale. You got to control that breathing and clear the space, clear the energy. Inhale. Exhale. And shake it off. We are in control of our space, our environment. And we're blocking any negative energy from coming in because we're focusing on building ourselves right now. I want to see what's the emotions, how it's running with you, Scorpio. Oh, we're winding down the summer. Let's see what we've learned. Let's see what experience we're going through. This is all about you right now. All about you. Because it's like so many signs are being attacked right now. We can't let it in. We can't let that energy in. Growth. You're experiencing growth. And you know how important that is. You're not how you came into this summer realm. You're growing. You learned a lot through your experiences through the summer. And a lot of things that you have been tolerating before, you're not tolerating now. You've grown and you're learning to hold on to what's important to you. Your emotions are flowing. And this is a time where you're being stretched. Growth is about stretching, going above and beyond where you were. So you're not how you started. You're a different person than you were yesterday. Today is a new day. You've learned a lot. You've picked up information along the way. And you're stretching out of your comfort zone. This is growth. You regret some of the things that have happened in your life in your past, as many of us do. But you know what? The point is that when you grow, you learn from those experiences. So now you know things you would not do that you may have done. That's what growth is all about. It's coming out of that comfort zone and learning from your mistakes, learning from your experiences, and being your best self. This is what it's about. A lot of times people say they've learned and then they regress and go backwards. Not you. You do know errors that you've made along the way, but it's not going to hold you stagnant. It's allowing you to be your best self. That's what it's about. So forget the past. We can't change what has happened, but what have we learned from it? That is the true experience, the true lesson in it all. And what are you experiencing? Happiness and joy, because you're realizing your value, your worth. That's how you're growing. You're growing better in a new way, a new form, and you're experiencing that joy in your life. You could be happy. You can say, okay, I regret doing this or I regret doing that. But you know what? You regret getting with this person. You've learned through the process. Every experience has a lesson in it, and it's what we take from it. What have you taken from your experiences this past summer? And I know that you've learned because you're growing. You're watering your plants. You're watering your mind. You're watering yourself because you believe elevation is the key. Your experiences are teaching you more than you even thought they would. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. What is something in a relationship that has torn you into the spectrum of learning? Those feelings are real. This is roundabout. Let's see. You were my home. You were the only person I felt a true connection with, and I failed you. See, when you grow, you also learn. And when you learn, you're able to experience real life because you know where you were, you know where you are, you know what you've been through, and you continue to elevate. Because if you go through something and you don't learn anything from it, what's the benefit? What's the benefit? If you're in a relationship with someone and they treat you a certain kind of way, through that experience, through that growth, you realize your value, correct? You have gone through experiences that have changed you. It's changed you. And you know what you want, and you know what's not for you, and you know what you won't tolerate. And this is what has changed you to elevate you, so you recognize things when they come at you incorrectly. And you also know who's for you and who's not. And this person, apparently, you put your best foot forward and they didn't respect that. You are looking at growth, and sometimes people get so stuck in their ways that they don't realize the possibilities in front of them. And you recognize, you test the waters because you want somebody long term. It is hard for me to admit that I still feel a deep connection to you that I do not feel with anyone else. See, people don't miss the water till the well runs dry. You gave your best self because you're growing and you wanted someone to grow with you. But this person didn't reach that pinnacle point as of yet. So they're still going through that process of learning who they are, who they want to be with. And now that you're not part of their life anymore, they're recognizing what you brought to the table and they want it back. It's up to you. Because sometimes you got to step away from people in order for them to realize how significant you are in their lives. So you have regret over what transpired, and you just want happiness in your life. Is this person the one to give it to you? But the thing is, you got to recognize a lot of times when people go through it and they leave or they're not part of your life and they try to come back, you weigh your pros and cons to figure out, do they belong in your life? Were you happier with them or not? And that's what you're reckoning. That's what you're going through right now. That's what you're trying to figure out, because you know where you are, you know who you are. But you don't want to bring drama and chaos into your life. And if this person is sincere and they're recognizing the gift you were in their lives, it's up to you now to decide if you're willing to receive them again or you want to start new. You get set in your ways too, Scorpio. You don't always want the old stuff back. But it's clear enough. They're asking you, do you still love them? Is your heart and your spirit still with them? If you're willing to forgive them because you're growing, and you may not have thought that this person was supposed to be part of your life after the things that they've done or didn't appreciate you. But it's hard for you because when you do fall for someone, it's hard for you to just let them go. And this person is realizing what you really mean to them. And a part of you is still in love with them as well. So you're wanting to forgive them. They're asking you. And I feel this happiness, this warmth, because you wanted them to realize that you are serious about your commitment and you want someone that's on that level as well. You don't like starting over all the time. You may dibble and dabble from time to time, but you're looking for a significant other that's willing to put the work in so you all can what? Grow together. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as they're on the same level and recognizing how important this relationship is. Let's go through the light and see. Because it's, when you put a lot of investment into something, you want a return on your investment. You want to know that there's a place where we can see eye to eye. You're about building, you're in that mode about building a significant foundation where you can allow your love to flow and your heart feel comfortable in that environment. Because you don't want any more regrets. You just want pure what? Happiness in your life. And if someone is not bringing that or honoring that, you don't want to be part of it. But they're realizing they made mistakes. Let's see. Because we're doing the roundabout now. We want to see what's going on all around us. Just to get a vibe, get that feeling of what's to come. Look at that. Peace and harmony. That is what you're seeking. Peace and harmony. Can they recognize that for what it is? And you have to focus your mind on what you want. And don't allow distractions to come in and cloud your vision. You already know what it is you're aiming toward. And you want someone that's going to complement that, work with it. You don't want the chaos and the drama. You have regrets from your past. We all know this. But now it's a different time. When growth is your first card, it's showing so many changes taking place. Look at that. It's like 360. So many changes taking place all around. What you've been manifesting on, what you've been hopeful for. All of this is coming into fruition for you right now. And you don't want anything or anyone that's going to hold you back from this growth. You're changing your ways, you're changing your perspective, you're changing your outlook, and you're looking forward because happiness is the ultimate goal. And if someone cannot melt into that way of thinking, you don't want it. You're exhausted from all the chaos, all the drama. You just expect more from life. And it's up to this person if they're going to bring it to the table. Are they? Ooh, this card popped out right away. See, you're looking towards the future. That's what you're doing. You're allowing the future to be your guide. You know what you're aiming for and you know what you don't want. You know what you're not going to tolerate. You're hopeful. You're optimistic. You know there's more to life than what's been going on. And you want to taste a part of it. That's why you're growing. You're recognizing who you are, what you want, and you're going after it. This is what it's all about. That's why it's the roundabout. Let's see. And judgment calls. You're looking at who is in front of you and what they represent. You're going to ask the needful questions. You're going to aim for that solid foundation. And if they're serious, then this is the one. You know how you felt when they weren't around. They know how they felt when you weren't around. But you're about your business. You know, I love my Scorpios. You're about building. Everything is under construction right now for you. And you want to know who's the right person to bring into your life. Because you're putting in the work. You got that Eight of Pentacles. You're putting in that work. You're putting in that work for this relationship to grow. And you're serious about it. So you found your person. It's just how are you going to connect with them? How are they going to connect with you? And ask the needful questions. Are you serious about moving forward? Because they already entangled you in their life. You all just have to get on the same page right now. And you can't let the past be your guide. Ask the questions before getting in. And make sure one of the questions that's answered is definitely that connection. You want to know, are we exclusive? Are we moving forward together? Because everything will be cut off right now. If you're not feeling what I'm feeling, if you're not vibing with me, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Because right now you're building that foundation. You're done with the playing here and there, back and forth. You want more. And if this person, you're making a judgment call right now. You're looking at everybody that's looking at you, and you're trying to figure out what it is that you're going to do. This is a serious realm for you right now. Because this person is connecting with you, but you're not going 100% because they have not put 100% into the relationship. And in this serious mode where you're optimistic and you're moving toward the future, you want to know that they're serious and committed to you and willing to take your hand, and the two of you continue walking forward together. All cards on the table right now, literally, all cards on the table right now. You have growth spurt on your mind, growth realm, and you want to know this person is feeling bad for what took place and transpired between you all. They were not fully committed. You got a little serious with them because they couldn't level up at the time. But when you left and said, I don't need this, now they're realizing how important you are in their life and they want you back. But now it's not that easy or simple. They got to answer questions that you didn't put on the table before. You told them your plans. But now you're serious about moving forward. Because you really don't want to start over. But if they're not on the same page with you, you're going to turn it and let it go. Been there, done that. Because your primary goal, I love green. That's my favorite color, green cards. Look at that. Happiness is on your plate. And if they can't fulfill that for you, it's done. It's done. So just know it's up to them and it's up to you to make sure that this person is going to be stable in your life. Make sure they answer the questions that you have, the doubt that you have, so you could be sure how to proceed forward. But you're choosing you right now, which you don't always do. You choose you. And if they can accept that, then there's a choice for you all to make about moving forward. But right now, as it stands, you're putting in the necessary work to flourish. And not everyone is going to benefit from that. So you want to know if this person is serious enough that you, other than trusting in your source, that you could trust this individual to build a long-term relationship with. Because your experience, like I said, is growth. You're focusing your mind on what you want. You're manifesting, you're gaining that clarity and that understanding because you're about your business. Right now is serious time for you. And not everybody's going to be able to take this trip with you. So once you're convinced that this person gets where you're coming from, you all can build. If not, you're moving forward alone. But you're judging their responses right now and who deserves to be part of your life. This is serious for you. Because this is your new phase. It's a growth phase, a happiness phase. Yes, you have regrets from the past, but you're not moving in that direction anymore. You're moving forward. Stay true to you. Believe in who you are and what you want and go after it. This is a serious time. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we're inspired to rise and where we are serious about doing what needs to be done when we take into account what we need for ourselves. Scorpio, you know what you need for you. You don't have time for these little games. And if these people around you want to play games, you're not the one. You're not the one. Keep moving in the direction that you see your best growth. Your experiences have taught you a lot of lessons, and you're willing to follow through to be the best you, which is great. And you know, of course, you're about that paper. Garnet Queen Tarot, where we are inspired to rise and be our best selves. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for sharing your message with us. It's all about. Take care. Talk soon.